Children need their dads. We know this intuitively, but over the last few decades, something curious has happened. Along with roundly being made fun of in media and entertainment as deadbeats or doofuses, dads don't seem to be given enough credit as the essential leaders our children and society needs. Now, this isn't to say that there aren't dads that have failed and done great harm. In fact, the whole point of this video is to demonstrate to you why it hurts so much when a father fails and how incredibly valuable a good father is. It's no surprise that a common denominator in nearly 90% of abortions is an uncommitted biological father. Of course, this doesn't justify any woman, the mother, in choosing to kill her child, but it's a key data point we have to pay attention to. Men matter. Their presence, engagement, and most of all, the faithful commitment that they have to offer matters.
I love you totally and completely. You're the best thing that ever happened to me.
We need strong men. Did you know that the United States has the highest share of single parenting in the world at 23%, which is nearly 1 in 4 children? This is over 3 times the worldwide average. And most single-parent homes, about 80%, are led by single moms. Almost 1 in 5 children in the United States live with a single mom. Where are all the dads? In this video, we'll look at, first, the consequences of fatherlessness, and second, the causes of fatherlessness. The first and most devastating consequence of fatherlessness is the killing of preborn children. The latest statistics tell us that there are about 2,800 abortions every day in America. 87% of children who are aborted are conceived by parents who are unmarried, essentially 9 in 10. That would be 2,400 abortions every day in America to unmarried women. In other words, men and women who are unmarried have sex with each other, get pregnant, and the mother either chooses abortion or is coerced into abortion. In some of these cases, there may be a biological father fighting for his child. But tragically, in most of these cases, there's a biological father either abandoning their child altogether, telling the woman he approves of the abortion if that's what she chooses, or even demanding the abortion. The reality is, a man publicly and exclusively committed for life to the woman he's sleeping with makes their future children dramatically safer from abortion. A man and a woman's sexual choices matter and can mean life or death for children. The most dangerous place to be in America is the womb. Nearly 1 in 5 pregnancies in America ends in abortion. And the #1 predictor of abortion is the lack of a committed, married father.
You think she's gonna spend the night? Doesn't look like it.
It's important to recognize that many single pregnant women who have rejected abortion, especially when dealing with a hostile or non-committal father of their child, has withstood a great deal of pressure and difficulty. This is why it's so important to encourage and support single mothers to choose life and to be there practically, emotionally, and otherwise in helping her navigate motherhood. This is why the pro-life movement has focused so much on caring for mothers in need and providing free and confidential resources and support groups, not just for pregnant mothers, but for the mothers of young children. A hotline that everyone should know for a woman considering abortion is 1-800-712-4357 to get confidential free help, counseling, and resources. There is tremendous love and sacrifice in any parent, a mother or a father, doing the hard work of 2 parents by raising children, especially when they are in that position due to abandonment, abuse, or the death of the other parent. Today, it is more often the mother that chooses to stay and the father that leaves. While there are many complexities around this reality, it has led to the fact that there are many more fatherless homes than motherless ones.
I'm a bad father. I'm a bad father.
This is the data that's important to know. The lowest poverty rate is 5% for families headed by a married couple. The poverty rate increases in single-parent households, especially ones without a committed male provider. Families with children headed by single mothers have a poverty rate of 31%. A child raised without an adopted father or committed biological father is at a higher risk for poverty, alcohol or substance abuse, and criminal activity. Interestingly, For girls, friends' drug use was the main predictor of drug use, while the father absence was the main predictor for boys. Boys especially need a father. Father absence is closely linked especially to criminal activity for young men, but not for women. Mothers are absolutely essential for a child's well-being and development, but dads are crucial too. Unfortunately, there can be harmful generational cycles that, if they're not broken, can lead to children repeating the poor behavior of their parents, even their absentee parents.
I am a screw-up. That is my genetic code.
Well, the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree.
For example, boys raised in father-absent homes are more likely to become absent fathers themselves. Girls raised in father-absent homes are more likely to raise children without a father. So where are the fathers? Where are the husbands? What are the causes of fatherlessness? Number one, again, we have to look at abortion as well as contraception. Abortion and contraception enable men to reject commitment and fatherhood. The United States has had some of the most liberal abortion laws in the world, and we also have the highest rate of fatherlessness. This is not a coincidence. Think about it. When a culture is told that abortion is just a woman's issue, that it's just a woman's right, that it's a decision between a woman and her doctor, removing the man from the equation altogether, the subtext is that the pregnancy is not the man's responsibility or concern. Such language is not about women's empowerment, but women's abandonment and isolation. The function of this language is to give the man license to abandon the woman, and the woman license to kill the child. They use the language of women's freedom, but what really is she free to do? Kill her child, or in some cases, raise the child alone.
So, because I was like, look, it's up to you. It's your choice. You can either have the abortion, or you can raise the kid on your own. But you're free.
The abortion industry knows this, and they use it to their advantage. You can see why the abortion industry loves the woman isolating language so much. Statistically, a woman is more likely to consider an abortion if she feels she doesn't have the support of the father. The abortion industry profits from this isolation and lack of support. Did you know that over half of women consistently report that they were using contraception the month they became pregnant? And the availability of contraception increases sexual encounters between people who plan on not getting pregnant.
Don't have sex. Okay, everybody take some rubbers.
Government authorities and today's conventional wisdom have established the use of contraceptives as a supposedly responsible and safe thing to do, instead of encouraging sexual ethics, self-control, and responsibility.
Wait, just one more thing. Are you using protection?
Contraceptives are ubiquitous, taught and provided in schools, and heavily subsidized by the US government.
The pill is the most common form of reversible birth control in the United States. Just one a day, and the pill's got you covered.
But contraceptives have only enabled uncommitted sex and have led to countless unplanned pregnancies and abortions. Second, sex outside of marriage. The practice of sex outside of marriage leads to what are called unwanted pregnancies. Experiencing an undesired pregnancy without a stable and committed relationship presents a significant temptation to abort.
You gotta get an abortion!
This is why sexual ethics are so essential. Recent surveys have reported that only 20% of Americans said that they would wait until marriage to have sex. 26% of females said that they would wait, while only 13% of males said that they would wait. Other surveys say that only 12% of Americans believe people should wait for marriage to have sex. Our beliefs and behaviors on sex have set us up for the temptation of abortion. Furthermore, media has made sex outside of marriage the norm.
I understand it's the 21st century and you've probably had premarital relations with my daughter.
The sexual revolution massively succeeded in normalizing and even glamorizing premarital sex. For women born in the 1940s, 53% had premarital sex by age 25. For those born in the 70s, 87% had premarital sex by age 25. What changed? Cultural influences and the sexual revolution, the advent of contraception, and the advent of abortion. For the last 50 years, it has been completely commonplace in media that couples just have sex outside of marriage. It's expected.
And if you have sex before marriage, that's not immoral. That's human.
Today, waiting until marriage to have sex is literally seen as a joke to most people.
Are you a virgin?
It all makes sense. You're a virgin.
I am. Shut up.
Another factor is the degrading of the value of fathers and father figures in marketing, entertainment, and media. This stems in part from the same ideologies and movements which encourage premarital sex, contraception, and abortion. Listen, this was all by design. The Marxists, the sexual revolutionaries, and certain factions of feminism had a vested interest in breaking down the American family, and they did so by targeting the family unit. First marriage, then mothers, fathers, and children. So what is the solution? How can we fight back against the crisis of fatherlessness? Look, we aren't in control of the homes that we were born into or the parents that we were given, but we can choose our own path. We can choose to practice sexual restraint and choose responsibility. We need to put sex where it belongs, in marriage. Together, we can create a culture in which marriage is upheld as the crucial and beautiful bond that it is, and where sex is respected as the good, powerful, relational, and life-creating act that it is. We also need depictions of strong, likable, devoted fathers in media.
But I didn't run out on my family. I was there every day for them, because that's what a man does.
Guys, if you're not man enough to love her, marry her, raise children with her, commit to her, serve her, then you're not man enough to have sex with her. Sex is for husbands and sex is for fathers. Women, if he's not publicly and exclusively committed to you for life, i.e. married, don't have sex with him. Just say no. Seek out men who sacrifice for you and children, not those who sacrifice you and children for their own interests and desires. Men, you are needed. You are desperately needed. We need you as husbands. We need you as fathers. We need you as father figures and brothers. We need you as gentlemen who will respect and protect women and children. Lives literally depend on it.